Welcome to our topic of discussion today. We are just going to have a continuation of self-esteem. We tackled self-esteem in our last discussion. So today we are going to talk about the different complexes that affect our self-esteem. And we're also going to talk about body shaming. So to start, we are going to start with the complexes, and we are going to talk about superiority and inferiority complex. To start, my colleagues are simply going to tell us what they mean and what they know about the two of the complexes.
Uh, we have the two complexes. One is superiority, and the other one is inferiority. Superiority, this is where one feels that he feels that he's better than everyone. Inferiority is where an individual feels that he or she is worthless.
I think you can get the definitions just as the words come out. Superiority, as she's saying, it's an exaggerated feeling of self-worth where someone feels like they are superior than others, and inferiority is where it's an overstated feeling of worthlessness or not measuring up to the standard. Yeah.
Okay, so I'll talk about superiority. It's an actual feeling of concealing the feeling of inferiority. You hide your actual feelings. You feel superior, but deep down you're inferior. Yeah. So to continue, we will talk about what causes the two complex. What causes inferiority and what causes superiority?
Superiority complex, it may be caused by one seeking attention. It may be caused by one seeking attention, whereby you want to get attention by concealing your other attitudes, which will result into you feeling superior, so that people may be looking up to you.
Also, I would add both of them occur when someone is having some hidden motives or when you have inner insecurities about yourself. So one way to cope with life is defending yourself, and so you'll start exhibiting some symptoms, some signs of those both complexes, either superiority or inferiority complex.
Superiority complex may be characterized by maybe seeking sense of belonging when you are maybe in a group of people that are of certain class, and you want to belong, you want to feel like you're on the same class with them. You'll tend to act like you are superior or on the same.
Another cause of inferiority complex is that one has the feeling of comparison, where one compares himself to other people.
I also believe inferiority complexity could be brought by failure, like when you fail to perform certain task, or when you fail, for example, in an exam, or maybe duties at work, you will feel inferior while others are performing. When others are performing and you failing, you will feel like you are inferior.
So for me, I believe that superiority complex is caused by maybe when an individual wants to just conceal their failure and they want to really please someone. It will just cause you to act as if you're superior or have that complex as well. Is inferiority complex a mental illness? Is it a mental illness when one is experiencing it?
I don't think if it is a mental illness. It may increase with people who have some mental disorders like bipolar. Maybe say when their actions, these complexes are brought by the actions which are acted towards people. So it is not It is not based on mental illness or maybe any other of disorder.
It is not a mental disorder, but individually I could categorize it to, it could be a sign of mental disorder, but the complexity itself is not is not mental disorder.
I think these are just defense mechanisms where someone just wants to cope with situations that they are going through in their lives. So when probably I'm suffering from some depression or some mental illness or some problem, what I will try to do is to defend myself from other people maybe realizing what I'm going through. And that's why you'll find someone wanting to find themselves superior than others, maybe in tasks or in activities, or wanting to criticize or to hit back when they are criticized. So they are more or less coping mechanisms or defensive mechanisms to enough the problems someone might be going through.
And is any of them, any of the complexes, a bad thing?
I think it is a bad thing because at the event that you are maybe dealing with one of the either superiority or inferiority, it means you are not yourself, you're lying to yourself, you're not real with yourself, and that would lead to other things. That would lead to you acting abnormally or like acting not according to the will, and that could cause a lot of problems. So that is dangerous to you. It is dangerous to the people around you because you'll try to maybe act to fit, and that would be harmful to the people around you, yourself, and maybe just everything. So I don't think it's a good thing.
Or how do you overcome superiority or inferiority complex? How do you overcome any of them?
By being yourself and being real. I think it has idea.
For both? Okay. So she has said by being yourself.
For inferiority complex, one way to overcome it, have positive attitudes towards yourself. And I'll add, like Nicole, that be yourself.
On superiority complex, just avoid things that would let you maybe want to be to that standard. So, avoid the negative influence maybe of social media, of the people you're hanging out with. Just avoid the negative part of it, the negative part that would make you feel like you want to belong to them. Yeah.
You should accept yourself the way you are. It first starts with the acceptance. Accept your flaws and always remember that you can never be perfect.
Another one is to remain coachable, to accept criticism and take it in a positive manner. Be teachable. Do not choose people who you want to learn from.
I also add that I think it is important to build a true confidence, because when you have true confidence, you don't have the need to be superior than others or to feel inferior than other people.
You can pray about it, and another thing is be assertive.
Okay, so to overcome superiority complex, just accept your failures and accept your wins in order to be yourself. So on to our next subtopic, we'll talk about body shaming. Body shaming, we'll talk about who experiences body shaming the most, and we will also talk about the causes. And before we start, everyone here wants to know what body shaming is, right? Yeah, so each and every one of us will tell the other what body shaming is. And just to make it simple, just tell us what it means and tell us if you've ever experienced it.
I would define body shaming as an action or a practice of humiliating others, depending on their body shapes, sizes, and appearances. I have faced body shaming. My legs are always criticized in one way or another.
I can define it as a bad feeling of oneness, of not feeling worthy about your body, maybe because you are overweight, or maybe you are underweight, or maybe the shape of your body, or the way you look. Personally, I've never experienced body shaming.
Body shaming is criticizing yourself or others by their appearance, their body shape, their body size. And for me, I don't think if I've ever experienced body shaming. I don't think so. If I have, I don't know.
Sorry. Maybe someone body shamed you without knowing or in your absence, so you probably don't know.
I do not know.
Okay, so for me, I believe body shaming is judging or bullying someone according to how they look like, their appearance. Yes, so I've experienced body shaming. Someone once told me kichwangu ni kubwa. Someone told me, hey Tracy, okay, your kichwa yako hapana, okay. And my forehead as well. So
Body shaming, it's an act of assault towards somebody's appearance, size, or shape, as my colleagues have said. And personally, I think I've experienced body shaming, since body shaming can be of oneself, when someone body shames you when you're not there, and you body shame others who are not there, or maybe while they are there. I think I've actually body shamed myself, and even others body shamed me, telling me I have chunky legs, but I think I have to accept my originality, where I come from. Being a Luya, being a Luya, I have to have Mazigwembe. Yes.
I've been body shamed then. I didn't even know that I was being body shamed. Ilikuwa kitambo. Kichwa yangu sijui kani kubwa ama, but mi nilikuwa naiona tu kama maybe ni normal, mtu amenitusi, so I don't think so. But I think that time tulikuwa tunalan ku dance, juu nilikuwa na sijui both left legs, and people kept on talking about, oh, you have both left legs. That is body shaming. But then body shaming also goes to the posture. So kuna watu wanakuwa body shamed because they are physically handicapped, and they get bullied because they are physically handicapped. So it doesn't go to appearance alone, it also goes to the posture. Yes.
So you've had some of us were body shamed, some of us have never been body shamed, some of us were criticized in front of, they were criticized like personally, they were told this face to face. Some of them are not sure if it was done without their knowledge, and some of them have also said that they did it themselves, they body shamed themselves.
Can emotions be part of body shaming, where someone attacks your emotions?
Anyone with an answer to her question?
I don't think that is body shaming. Body shaming, okay, it's specific to our bodies. So it is appearance, head to toe. So what you see about me, that what you criticize, what you see me in, that is what body shaming is. So unless there is another name for what she's talking about.
That is emotional. That is emotional. Body shaming is physical, like what you see. We can't see how you feel. We can't touch how you feel. We can't really describe how you feel by maybe diagrams. But when it comes to body shaming, is what we see, how we see you, how you look, how you appear. Yeah, it's more of physique than emotions.
So according to what we've all said, it's like body shaming is a bad thing, right? Yeah, it's a bad thing. So does it really affect our health? How does it affect our health?
I think it will affect our mental health, because the moment somebody starts attacking you with your body, like you have a big head, and then they constantly say that you have a big head today, tomorrow you have a big head, it will get in you, and your like it will be new, utakuwa unasema kila saa, huh? Even you'll be insecure about your you'll even be insecure about what they're telling you, because the moment they continue telling you that, there are people who don't know, as in wanaku, like, according to you, they won't, wakisema, it won't be like them, they're body shaming you. They will be like, you know, I can tell Tracy today ako na big head. Me, I won't know inaku impact.
it it will it will affect someone's esteem, and when it affects someone's esteem, someone may result into bad feeding habits, maybe due to depression. So due to these bad feeding habits, it will affect the health wise. It will, maybe someone will feed more on junk food, which will affect their health more.
The question was, how does body shaming affect your health?
It does affect our mental health, because we see body shaming is insults, and these insults may make you like have low esteem. And if you have this low esteem, you'll end up having anxiety. Then you'll end up having depression.
It is going to affect your health. And to add to what she's saying, for instance, if I took someone who is going through shaming because of their body size, that is the plus size women, and someone is going through that body shaming, if this person results to not eating and they go to dieting, what happens that maybe your body will start now lowering its immunity, and that is exposing yourself now to even other diseases, and so affecting your health in general. Yeah.
I also think that secondarily, body shaming could affect your health depending on maybe what you are told or what you think people really think of you. So for an example, if I was someone who is thin and all my boys are telling me, oh, siezi, like, meaning thin, sijui nakaji, it will result to me maybe doing steroids, doing things, and at the end of the day, these things are going to affect my health. And it also turns back maybe to, there's example of ladies, maybe when you are thin and they want to be to some size, so they get to injections and doing a lot of chemicals in order to maybe develop what they want. And at the end of the day, unaonanga wengi wao inawaharibikia, like they really get to, and that exposes you to a lot of things like cancer. It exposes you to a lot of problems with your menstrual cycle. So body shaming is one thing that would result to a serious health problem.
Okay, so is it normal to feel like we don't want our bodies? Is it normal for someone to feel like that? You don't want your body?
I think it is abnormal to not want your body. Because if you don't want that body, there are a lot of things you can do, like going to the gym and getting the perfect body you want. So me, according to me, I don't think it is normal.
I also believe it is not normal, but we shouldn't criticize those people who really say that they don't want their body. You should really find out if they're informed about what's happening, if they're really informed of who they are and their structure. Because mtu atasema, I want to look like this other person without really having the knowledge of the effects and the adverse effects of trying to look like someone else. So it happens, but I think it happens to those who are not really informed.
If it reach that point that you do not want your body, this is a result of comparing yourself with others. And one thing you should know, that you should never compare yourself with others, and that you are different. And there are so many ways of getting to want your body to look good.
And also maybe to add, I think by the time you realize that your body is not attractive enough, you you are facing other real issues in your life. It's not about body, because self-esteem, things of self-esteem and confidence are not matter of my body. It's kind of, there are other inner issues that you are going through, and so this is just some last result where now I look myself in the mirror and I feel like I'm not good enough. So it is something you have first to deal with, the root cause of why do you think that your body is not good enough for you. Then start dealing. Not even gym should not be your first like gym is not your first problem solving technique at that point. First deal with your first inner emotions, then let gym be the last thing. First you accept that body that you have, then start making goals towards achieving the body that you want. So there are other inner issues that you're going through, which you have to deal with.
So you are in a situation whereby you are the five of you and you're having a conversation. Then you realize that you're getting to a topic or a point whereby most of you are body shaming others, or you're judging people. We are having a conversation and we get to a point where we realize we are all judging someone, we are body shaming them, and we are shaming ourselves as well. So the question is, how do you change that conversation? You as a person, maybe we are five and you're the first one to realize, or you. So how do you change that conversation? Let's assume, now answer in this perspective, you're the first one to realize, or you've realized we are body shaming people, or we are judging them, or you are body shaming yourself. So answer it in that perspective.
I may interject by saying maybe some member of my family whom I know has the same qualities as the person we are body shaming, or maybe if I've ever been in such a situation which I was like the person who we are body shaming. That's how I can change that conversation and bring another conversation in.
I also believe if we would be in a conversation, the five of us, and then I was the first one to realize, then I just take lead, I take control. I don't think body shaming is really an interesting topic. So maybe I'll bring another interesting topic or something that is really emerging and we can talk about it. Yes.
I think how we can, or maybe I can change the topic. It's how Warren has said, just to back up what he has said, is that bring something else and say, hey, by the way, hata mimi moya ambiwa niko na kichwa kubwa, but vile nilideal nayo na patadi, like we should encourage people and accept, like you should give people affirmations, do not give negative thoughts or negative, do not bring out negative vibes to other people's appearance. Just say, if I have a big head, it's okay. God gave me that head and there is wisdom in it. I'll change and bring another topic. Let's talk about wisdom. You see, what you have right now will not be the same that you'll have in the next 20 years. That's how I'll bring another topic in.
And maybe just to ask, maybe a question we can brainstorm is, why do people body shame? At what point did we reach for us to start discussing this person?
How will I put it? Maybe you are talking about, since body shaming is about physical appearance, let's assume we were talking about people's, what can we say, dress code? And then you start saying, Bide, she doesn't look good in dresses. She doesn't look good in trousers. Why? And then you pick up and start saying her legs. You start saying her waistline. You start saying, no. For us to get there, we must have been talking about something that was not about body shaming, but there is how we got to it, whereby we start judging people. So definitely, if you feel bad about it, you have to change the topic. Yeah, so that is where the question comes in.
And I think you get to that point. Unaona tunaweza kuwa tumekaa mahali and we see someone passing. And then unajua tu binadamu. Sasa ona ile kichwa. Hivyo ndo zinaanza. And then you get to that topic. Yeah.
who gets body shamed the most? Who gets body shamed the most? Yes, and why? You say if it is men, if it is ladies, and your reason.
To me, I think it is ladies who get body shamed the most because of the attention they seek. And through this attention, they want a recognition, a sense of someone to see how they look, or someone to compliment their looks each and every time. So you get they become more body shamed. So and this body shaming it affects them the most.
Both genders face body shaming. Men do, ladies do. Probably we get the most because we are the worst enemies of ourselves. So I'll be criticized by my own ladies, and men also come and have to rubber stamp what has been said about me. So both of us, but maybe women more than men.
Before we even answer the question as to who gets body shamed most, we should answer the question to like the question of the question of what brings out, like mtu anaanzaje kuwa body shamed, like what do you do to get body shamed? Because is it true there are things that you can do and you get body shamed? Depend ukivaa, kuna venye ukivaa, there are people who have been body shamed because of how they have really dressed. Yes. So I think I think we should answer the question of we should answer the question of what really leads to body shaming, because we can't really assume that you'll only be body shamed because of how you look. There are things that you can do. If I sag my trouser today, I might be body shamed because of sagging my trouser. If you put on a mini dress and you expose yourself, maybe there are things that we might have not maybe atukwai ama atungeona, but because we saw them, people started body shaming you. You see, there are people who have been body shamed because of stretch marks. And how? Because they've been exposed. You understand? So the question of how would really answer what gender get body shamed most.
I think from what you've said, it still leads us to ladies. Because as ladies, let's get to fashion. We are the people who dress more than men. Fashion, ladies dress more than men. That's whereby we come through the fashion trends, maybe having mini skirts, having crop tops, because you cannot see a man who's having crop top, or maybe. I think fashion leads it to body shaming, and it also leads to the people who body shame.
Is it all about how we dress?
No, not necessarily. I think there are so many factors that can lead to body shaming. And going back to the question that I was asking, why do people body shame? Because that is something also very important to ask. Because I would body shame someone just because they look smarter than me, or they have achieved more than me. And so, or I'm even suffering from some low self-esteem. And the only way to hit on this person, it's by attacking who they are from what I can see. So there are so many factors and so many things that can lead people to body shame. One being the dressing code. And right now I am smart and I can say I am smart and decent. But someone will come just because I have bad hair. It's not bad to me, but to them it is bad. There is what they expect, but they are not receiving it from another person. And you just body shame what I have. Stretch marks, I don't have to wear a short skirt for you to see my stretch marks. To others, they just appear anywhere, in fact. There are people who have blemishes. I don't have to wear a hoodie all through my life. Kukuficha uni blame shame. You see, there are so many factors. So the question is, why should you body shame someone? It's not about, and for guys, they always come to us saying, we always like want someone who is dark, tall, handsome. Here he is short. You don't need dressing for me to see you are short. So it is more than just a dress code. There are many other factors that can lead to body shaming.
Okay, I think I brought up that because earlier on, like I think last month, there was a trend about body shaming and body shaming, and some lady alienda akavaa bikini akapost, and from the story that she wrote, she was really trying to explain that it really took a lot of like self-searching, like really talk to herself before posting that picture, because she knew the moment she posted that picture, she's going to be body shamed. She has been body shamed before, but because maybe she was in a bikini, in a swimming pool, so she wanted to really fight it. But then the way she fought it is by writing something about it, you know. So when she wrote about how she did the soul searching before posting, actually no one body shamed her, and people really appreciated her for doing that. But to that, we take a scenario where you didn't do anything about it and you appear like that. Let's take an example where she posted that picture with no caption. Yes, with no caption. I am sure everyone was going to body shame her. So that is why I also believe that activities, what we really do as human beings, would really lead to you getting body shamed.
Our question was, who gets body shamed the most? Our colleague Don was just talking about what causes body shaming. He was just talking about what causes body shaming, and to back that up, most of us have said it's the things we do, it's the kind of dress code we have on a daily basis. So, what was your point? Who gets body shamed the most?
I think she really understood what I was trying to bring out, because and someone also talked about it. And Donasema, see, my point was what we really do, how we really expose ourselves, and you find out she was talking about fashion trends, and the fashion trends for ladies would really expose, like if you see the fashion trends for ladies, kuna zile zina expose a lot of their body compared to men, and that would lead to, I just think my opinion, ladies get body shamed most than men.
I think both gender get body shamed, but the one which is outside there, ni the female gender, because why? The female gender is the one which is like what may put much effort in it, but in real sense, at the male gender get body shamed.
So we are all talking about ladies being body shamed. Do men really get body shamed? Men, how? How? Because none of us has talked about, unless there is someone and they didn't hear. It's not that we are biased, that is what we just think. So I'd love to know if men really get body shamed.
Yes, they get body shamed. I think Janet mentioned that for guys, like for us ladies, we want tall, dark, handsome men. We want those who are wameunga. So if this guy approach you, maybe he's short and light skin, and you're there like, no, I can't. So in this way, I've body shamed him because he's not meeting my expectation of the guy I want. And as ladies, we have body shamed guys because we want them to have beards. Nona. Say cheli mwenye anakukujia hana ndevu, you're feeling like he's not a man. Maybe a guy who is who is kapum pum, and you feel like you don't want that kind of guy, so you're like, hey, ule chali by that ame nika pum pum, so siezi ingia box yake, so you're like you that is enough to show that you have body shamed the male gender.
Yeah, so they get body shamed in terms of the requirements. Do women enjoy body shaming men? Do they enjoy body shaming towards men in particular? Do ladies enjoy body shaming towards men in particular?
Some enjoy body shaming men because I had passed by and listened to a conversation about women talking about some men with big belly. And some talk about short men. And when they were talking about it, they were laughing and they were feeling good. In some cases, some do.
What I think is, I think I've really, see ati study ladies, but I know, kama we ni lady na mini lady, and tuseme I'm dark, na mwanaume amekuja kani criticize juu I'm dark, huwezi ni criticize as a lady. You'll always tell me, oh, unakaa sijui vizuri, sijui dark, sijui what. Like, ladies, when they talk about themselves, they will always protect ladies. But then when it's about men, they can do it freely, and they can really criticize when you're in black and something of the sort. That is something, that is the only thing I think ladies do enjoy.
Why is it body shaming? Why isn't body shaming towards men given the same concern as body shaming towards ladies? For instance, right now, if someone comes here, anze kutusi Janet, amtusi, you'll find it, like most of us will, I'm just giving an example, most of us will become either emotional or will start attacking the person. One of us can go to social media and start saying, no, body shaming towards ladies, this and this, no. And then when someone else comes here and says, we Warren Miss Pendio Kitambiako na nini, we will laugh. We're just going to laugh. But you'll find none of us will take it to that level of going to like talk against it on social media or tell that person aufanyi poa ama hujamwambia vizuri. So why is body shaming towards men not given as much concern as body shaming towards women?
I think it's because what people perceive about women, they perceive women to be more fragile and to be easily moved by emotions. So they will try to protect them more, and they perceive men to be strong and they can handle the feelings. So the body shaming towards men is not taken with a lot of concern compared to women body shaming.
It's not even strange, and it's not something that is new. Anything, not even body shaming alone. Hata saizi mimi mtu akikuja nipige, hakuna mtu ataongelelea. Na mtu akikuja pige jano, mtaiongelelea. So it's just normal, and that's why you see there's a girl child agenda, but there's no boy child agenda. In fact, the boy child that we talk about, boy child, ilianza tuka as a joke. It's a joke. It's not an initiative, but the girl child initiative. So when someone body shames a girl or a lady, of course, people are going to really make noise about it. But a man, they will assume like it's nothing. So it's just, this is how we are. That is our existence.
So why is it not given much concern?
Because they want us, or they believe men should be strong, men should always face anything, and men should always be tough to anything.
Is that fair?
It is not.
Why do people struggle with body image? Why do most people struggle with body image?
The society has kept the perfect body image outside there. So there is a preference of you don't have a perfect body image because it is not the same as any society it may keep outside there.
So as I said, you are underlying issues that you have not dealt with, because it is all in the mindset. So if you look yourself in the mirror and you find that you are ugly, you are not attractive, you are not, you see. So if that is what you feel from the inside, or your inside, that is how your inside is. So I think it is more on what you are going through, the insecurities that you have from the inside that makes you think that your body image, you now start disqualifying how you look as a person. So there are underlying issues that can lead you to not accepting your body image.
So for me, I think that we struggle with body image. Most of us struggle with body image simply because we try to fit in. How do we challenge this? How do we challenge body shaming?
First, that how to challenge body shaming. It's by being knowledgeable. Know yourself first. Knowing yourself, uh, it erupts to something else. Know who you are. Identify your self-worth. Identify your weaknesses and identify your strengths. Whereby have positive thoughts about yourself. Whereby as you build standards, you know that when somebody comes and attacks you or maybe insults you, you'll choose it being positive and continue with your life. And remember that beauty, it's not a one size fits all. Beauty comes with all sizes.
See, there are people who have been shamed because they are dark skinned, and some have been shamed because they're light skinned. So, one thing, what we need to understand as human being is we are made differently. Even me and my twin, genetically, we are not the same. And we also told that everyone who is dark akona traits za kuwa light, but ni traits za dark skin zina show sana kushinda hizo. So everyone has to accept the fact that they are different with the next person. You are even different with your mother. That's why your mother would be light skin and you're dark. So the first thing, or the first moment you accept that I must be different from and I can't have the same legs as Warren, and I can't have the same head as Nicole, and you accept that fact, then I think you'd be doing the best of it in terms of challenging body shaming. So even if you're fat and someone is thin, you have to accept the fact that you and the other person, you are genetically made differently, and you cannot be the same. So I think the first thing is acceptance. When you accept who you are, and when you really cherish what you are, and maybe who you are becoming, and I think utakuwa umeibit. Yeah.
Another way to challenge this is by saying positive words. Say that you are beautiful, you are wonderfully made, and it is true that God made us by his own image. And by knowing that you are created in God's image, this will make you feel good about yourself. Look yourself in the mirror and say that, Esther, your head, your body is beautiful, you are worthy. Like, be positive about yourself.
To add to that, we have to stop comparison, because you find that beauty, or the media and society, and mostly media, is what has identified what beauty is. But that is not true, because you go to different cultures, they view beauty differently. So you need to first accept, as someone said, that you are beautiful in your own scope. Then stop looking at someone else and thinking that they are better or they are more beautiful than you look, because God created us differently, and no one came in as a mistake. No one is an accident according to in God's view. So if we realized that, then comparison, or looking at someone and thinking that they are beautiful and also accepting what media is showing to us, will not do us any good. So let us stop that comparison and just know that media are there to sell sex, to sell their own perceptions, which they want us to accept. And that is not what defines who we are. God does.
Okay, so you can also identify someone in your life who is body positive. You don't have to necessarily have people who are very negative about other people's appearances and about their own appearances in your life. And we also need to confront these people who perpetrate body shaming. We really need to confront them. If you find someone there and they are very busy discriminating someone or judging them or bullying them, you have to confront them. Yeah, so any other person?
Just to ask, maybe, as someone defined about body shaming as you are shaming yourself, and I'm thinking at it as if it's insecurities. So I think if you identified which are your insecurities, will it also be good enough maybe to give back when people are body shaming you? For instance, I am thin. I know I am thin. My legs are skinny. Yes, I know they are skinny. So when someone comes to attack me with my body size, it's not news to me. So is it good for you to know your body's insecurities? Is it even healthy for you to call them, they are your body insecurities? Because I think it is important to know them, so as when someone comes to you, unamwambia, I know, so it's not news to me.
That is so important because that is a psychological war. Unajua, the moment I come and tell you that unajua unakwanga mskini and you tell me sinajua and I know, the next I don't think I'll come and tell you that the next time. So that is a defense mechanism and it's very important. Yeah.
And to add on that, if you have, let's say if somebody attacks you and they have their backup words, when you just give them what you know, they will back off. So it's really important to know yourself first before somebody comes and tell you, do you know you're like this and like this? If God is enough for you, you are enough for yourself, not for others.
Crown it all up, just love all of us to tell us what can cause a positive body image.
Okay. Me, I would say to have a positive body image is by first, we should accept people the way they are. The society has nothing to do with your perception of someone's image. You should accept each and every person the way they are. Feel good about yourself. Feel good about the people around you, and you'll have a positive body image.
I think at one point my mother used to tell me that you never wrote any letter to God to create you the way you are, or to create you, or to put you in a rich background or a poor background. So I also believe again that there is always someone for you, because mi pia believe kuna watu wanakuwa affected na body shaming because they believe maybe hakuna chali atanitaka, ama there's always someone outside there for you, someone who will appreciate your dark skin, someone who will appreciate how thin you are, someone who will always appreciate how thick or huge you are. So when you understand, when you really understand that it's about you and there's always someone who will always appreciate you, then you'll come to really love your image and the way you are.
It's all about, for you to have a positive body image, just feel good about yourself. And anyone who feels bad about their body, just let them know that they should appreciate how they were created. We've come to the end of our discussion. If you have any question about body shaming, about superiority complex and inferiority complex, kindly don't hesitate to drop a comment below. And also you can share this video with your colleagues, friends, relatives. And don't forget to subscribe to our channel. Until next time, I hope you've learned something today. I hope some of us have influenced you positively. Until then, see you.